You will spend 26 years of your life completely unconscious. 26 years. That's a third of everything you'll ever experience. Just gone. But what if you didn't have to? What if humans never needed sleep again? Close your eyes and step into that new world with me. It's midnight, and the city is glowing. Normally, this is when the world winds down, the lights turn off, and the quiet exhaustion of the day finally sets in. But tonight is completely different. You're not in bed. You're not tired. You're walking through streets that never go dark, lights still buzzing, shops still open, people still moving with bright eyes and steady steps. There's no yawn, no heavy eyelids, no alarm clock waiting to ruin tomorrow. No one on earth will ever need to sleep again. Welcome to the waking world. At first, stepping into this new reality feels like you've unlocked a cheat code to the universe. You have just been handed the ultimate gift, time. You finish a late-night workout, then grab coffee at 3 a.m. because why not? Your body feels fresh. Your mind is sharp. You head home, sit at your desk, and finally write that novel you've been putting off for years. By sunrise, you've written 3 chapters. Then you cook an amazing breakfast, message friends who are also wide awake, and plan a spontaneous road trip that same morning. By eliminating sleep, you've essentially added 29 waking years to your lifespan. Just think about what you could do. You could learn to play the piano in a month. You could master 3 new languages. You could travel the world without ever losing a single day to jet lag. You could start a business, binge every show, and still have time to meet up with your friends at 3 a.m. in a fully packed, brightly lit cafe. The fear of missing out is gone. Revenge bedtime procrastination is a thing of the past because you no longer have to steal the night to get time for yourself. The night is completely yours. On a global scale, humanity hits hyperdrive. With 8 extra hours a day, the pace of innovation explodes. Cures for diseases are researched around the clock and found decades earlier. Art, music, and technology experience a golden age. Construction never stops. Cities would pulse 24/7. Economies would boom. We'd get more done as a species in 1 year than we used to in 2. We become an unstoppable, nocturnal, hyper-productive species. It sounds like an absolute paradise. It sounds perfect, but stay with me in that world a little longer. Because something starts to feel off. At first, it's just the logistics. To sustain a planet of 8 billion people who are awake and moving 24 hours a day, the demand for resources skyrockets. Since your body is always burning energy, 3 meals a day becomes 5 or 6. The global food supply chain is pushed to the brink of collapse. Energy grids fry as every house, office building, and street lamp burns electricity non-stop. We wouldn't just be doubling our productivity. We'd be doubling our pollution. And what about all that free time you thought you had for your hobbies? If everyone has 24 hours of usable time, society will simply demand more of it. The 8-hour workday only exists because our bodies physically break down without rest. Remove sleep, and you remove the only biological barrier to human exploitation. Capitalism wouldn't let you keep those 8 free hours. Shifts would stretch to 12 or 16 hours. The world would just adjust to expect double the output from you. But the real nightmare wouldn't happen to the economy. It would happen to your social life. Nights would lose their entire identity. That magical liminal feeling of 2 a.m. city streets, those deep, vulnerable conversations that only happen when the world is asleep, they vanish. Night becomes just the dark hours. Nothing special, nothing sacred. Friendships, life. Friendships used to have natural gaps. Quiet hours where you weren't expected to perform, reply, exist. Now, you're always reachable. FOMO becomes 24/7. You can always be doing something, so doing nothing starts to feel like a moral failing. Even relationships would start to fray. Falling asleep next to someone is one of the most vulnerable things 2 humans can do. It's the moment you trust someone enough to be unconscious beside them. Without that quiet intimacy, does something fundamental shift? Do we ever fully let our guard down? And then, the darkest changes of all begin to happen inside your own head. You notice the days don't really end anymore. There's no natural full stop. Weeks turn into one long, unbroken stream. Sunrises stop feeling like fresh starts. They're just another lighting change in an endless loop. Time starts to feel cheap. Right now, sleep is your biological reset button. Bad day? You sleep it off. Fight with your partner? You sleep on it. That phrase exists because sleep genuinely resets your emotional wiring. When you make a massive mistake, you get to close your eyes, the biological curtain falls, and you get a fresh start tomorrow. Without it, an argument doesn't cool off. It just keeps going. You're both still awake, still replaying it, still raw. One minor frustration hits like a crisis. Every regret, every what if. Every intrusive thought stays on the surface 24/7 with no off button. Your mind becomes a room with every light on, and no door to leave. There's a scientific theory called the mind after midnight hypothesis. It suggests the human brain was never designed to be awake after midnight. When we are, our cognitive biases shift dangerously negative. In a sleepless world, it would always be after midnight inside your head. You know that heavy, anxious overthinking you get at 2 a.m.? Without sleep, your brain has no circuit breaker to stop it. And finally, we would lose our dreams. That weird, beautiful, subconscious cinema where you process your fears, come up with wild ideas, and sometimes see people you've lost. That entire alternate reality would go dark forever. Eventually, you would start craving the one thing you thought you hated, the ability to just disappear for a while, to escape your own thoughts, to hit reset. We spend so much time wishing we had more hours in the day. We romanticize the hustle and hate the feeling of exhaustion, but the truth is, we don't actually want to eliminate sleep. We want to eliminate exhaustion. We want autonomy over our time. We want permission to rest without guilt. Maybe the problem isn't that we sleep too much. It's that our waking hours don't feel like ours. Sleep isn't a thief stealing our time. It's the ultimate shield. It protects us from a world that wants to consume every second of our lives, and it gives us the mercy of a pause button. Sleep isn't a bug in human design. It's the feature that keeps us sane. Maybe the real question isn't, what if we never needed sleep? It's, why do we keep trying to escape the one thing that makes us human? So, I leave you with this. If a pill was invented right now that safely removed your need for sleep forever with zero health side effects, but you had to live the rest of your life in one endless, unbroken day, would you take it? Let me know in the comments. What's the first thing you'd actually do with those 8 extra hours? And be real. Would you be productive? Or just doom scroll even harder? Would you miss dreaming? And what's one thing you secretly love about sleep that nobody talks about? Best answers get pinned. If this video made you look at your pillow a little differently, smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We're just getting started with these deep psychological dives. Next one drops soon. Until then, get some sleep. You're gonna need it.